Hi, this episode is something a little bit different. We're going to take you for a walk around two campsites side by side and tell you what we like about each one of them. So, firstly, we're going to visit Coro Park and then we're going to take you over the road to Coronation Beach Campground. Coronation Beach is about half an hour's drive north of Geraldton, and it's well known for its kite surfing and windsurfing conditions. So, WA, windy always. Let's start with Coro Park, which is a privately owned campground on the right-hand side of the road. So we're here at Coro Park. This is the second time that we've been here. We were here a year ago, which was I think they'd been open for about 12 months when we came here last time. And we've been fortunate enough to be here this time while it's empty. So we've been able to do some filming of all of the campsites just to give you an idea of the size of the campsites and the variety of campsites that there are, or camp spots. There's all different sizes, so whether it suits a small caravan or through to a really large rig like ours, there's different campground sites, different campsites to suit all different rigs. They've even got some drive-through sites.
So the reason that the place is empty is that the family and their camp host has taken a month off. Just at the end of the super busy season, I guess the team really needed a rest. We were fortunate enough to get to know these guys well enough and we're very self-sufficient, that they allowed us to come on and do some filming and for us to stay here for a couple of days. The family's been in the region farming this particular piece of land for over 40 years. And that's one of the things that we've really grown to love, is supporting local farm communities and local farm people that open up their property to the travelling community. We see it as a real privilege to be allowed onto their land and that they can accommodate the travelling community, and so we're exceptionally respectful for that opportunity. So every time we leave a place like this, or any place for that matter, we make sure that it's maybe even a little bit cleaner than when we arrived. So if that means that somebody's forgotten a few little bottle tops, what are they called? Ring pools, or any sign that they've been here before, we pick it up so that the next family comes in. And more importantly, the farmers aren't here doing massive cleanups after every patron's come through the joint, which might lead them to not continuing to grow a place like this. So they started with about 20 sites. They're now grown into excess of 40. You do need to be self-contained at the moment. So if you're just in a small van, you do need a self-contained toilet. But they're working towards having a evolutions block installed at some stage in the future. But check out their Facebook page and their website for updates. But we just love this place, and so we're massive supporters of family enterprises doing these sorts of things. So just over to the left-hand side is Coronation Beach. There's a cancel run park there, and it's quite a cute park. It's very small compared to this in respect of sites. So it probably is a little bit more designed for the van crew. This is a massive windsurfing and kite surfing and foiling area. It's very popular through the windy season, and so it has a lot of that fraternity coming through. That's why we're here. I'm a mad kiter. But what we like about this place, as you'll see through the walk around, is the sites that these guys have designed are actually quite big. So we're not a small rig. If you've followed us before, we've got our zone caravan and our ram, and we can fit in here without any stress.
There's a number of sites that we would fit on without any problem.
Oh, I'd almost say 80% of the sites here would accommodate us.
And about I think it was at least a year before they even opened the park. They invested really heavily in planting, so planting Indigenous plants around the place and making decomposed granite, the campsites, the road through. They've got really well-defined boundaries around the sites. So every site is really private. Like you've got bushes grown all around it. And how much have they grown, in the years since we've been here? It's amazing. They've done such a good job.
Obviously, their local knowledge and Indigenous planning, they've done an exceptional job. And the beauty of it is, we're actually standing at our campsite and it is starting to honk. It's starting to get up around the 20-knot mark, and you would be getting blown away in most of the WA campsites at the moment that are oceanside, whereas this one does have so much natural protection. They've done a really, really thoughtful job. They've got rubbish bins. They also recycle cans and bottles. So that's a rare commodity these days, that you can actually come in and you dispose of your rubbish at their place.
You can buy ice from the office when the office is open, and if you're lucky enough, you might be able to pick up a crayfish as well from the office. Apparently Tracy, who's the camp host, does pretty well with getting crays, or rock lobsters. I think they're WA rock lobsters here. So she sells them at a pretty good price.
Oh, does she? I didn't know Tracy did that.
Yeah. I saw something on WikiCamps about that. So hit Tracy up for a rock lobster.
Tracy is absolutely amazing. We first met her last year, and we actually ran into a spot of bother, and we had to have some emergency repairs done. And the place was fairly
story of our life.
Yeah, just another repair. And Tracy had a full house, and she pulled out some solutions. She worked double time for us, and we've actually become mates. We follow each other on Instagram now and keep up with each other. She is an absolute legend. So say hello to her when you do pop in. But she will do anything. And the other big thing about this park, it's dog friendly.
Yes.
Dog friendly on the WA coast at a beach that's dog friendly. Oh my God, how rare is that?
Yeah, you do have to have your dogs on lead. But we've been letting Oz have a little bit of freedom because the park's empty. So if you see him running around loose in my video, that's why.
Yeah. So we're a huge supporter of this place. We'd love to see more of them up and down the coast. And I guess the more that we as a travelling community support farming communities by doing these sorts of things, the more opportunity they might, the word might spread, and some other locations open up. So yeah, if you do come here, really respect the joint, and I'm sure you will. But we rate this place. And definitely if you're in the foiling community, the kiting community, I think there is some good waves here on its day as well, but it's definitely more of a wind sport place. Come and hook into here. We're not bagging out the Cancer One. The Cancer One has been supporting and Gero itself just down the road is super RV friendly. Yeah. There's a great place in the centre of town that they've set aside, and it's a really, really nice spot where you can go and do overnight stays. 3 nights is a maximum? Or is it
I think it's 24 hours.
24
hours.
But great dump points, and potable water right in the heart of town. So you
can walk to everywhere.
Go around, explore Gero, go and visit a restaurant or a local pub. You can then safely stay for the night, top up on water, dispose of your rubbish, and start heading north or south, whichever is your next destination. But for us, this one, bush camping on the beach with all the facilities that these guys provided, we are huge fans. Yeah. Keep up the great work, guys.
Yeah. As Daz mentioned before, the council-owned campground, Coronation Beach Campground, is just over the road from Coro Park. So we're going to take you for a walk around there and tell you a little bit about that. The facilities at the council-run campground are slightly different to those at Coro Park. There are bins and you pay using a pay station machine, sort of like when you go to a car park, I guess. It's $20 a night, and you pay at the machine, and then you just go and find your own campground. So you can't pre-book, which means it's first in, first served. Some of the sites are big, some of them are small. So some of them would just be suited for, say, a rooftop or a van rather than a caravan or a big rig like ours. So we found that it was better to be able to at least pre-book our site over the road at Coro Park and know that we were going to get in. But you can see here the campsites are pretty spread out, and they're well-defined sites for the most part. A lot of the vegetation is a little overgrown, I would say, and it was pretty busy when we were there. There are drop toilets, and there's a shower room where you can take your own water in and have a shower for yourself. They do operate a food van on weekends, and there are barbecues that you can use. So the food van had some pretty yummy food. We tried some of it out. And there's also a lot of space for launching kites, so for kite surfing and windsurfing areas as well. So as we've both mentioned, this is a big area for windsurfing and kite surfing. There's also a kids' playground and access to the beach. So both campgrounds have reasonable access to the beach. So that is Coronation Beach. And that's the end of this episode. So I hope that you've found the walkthrough of the two campgrounds useful so that you can decide which one you want to stay at when you come to Coronation Beach. I think it's pretty obvious which one we prefer, and that's Coro Park. Thanks for watching, and stay salty.